See the world was good. It's your boy CALEZ. Everybody want to be spiritual till it's time to be spiritual. Y'all know the vibes. Now people, I guess, wondering why I say that. Why does CALEZ say everybody want to be spiritual till it's time to be spiritual? What does that mean? Because a lot of people need to understand that everything is spirituality, and that's a very vague statement. But we're gonna get into that real quick. People need to understand spirituality is life in itself. Spirituality is the way you evolve here. Spirituality is the way you evolve anything. So everything is spiritual, basically. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about what people think it's about. It's not about fucking head wraps and crystals. Those are spiritual tools. But anything can be a spiritual tool. Water is a spiritual tool. A fucking tennis ball is a spiritual tool. You get what I'm saying? So just because, don't hold yourself back to think you're not spiritually evolved enough, or you can't activate that spiritual, that's the same shit that's in me, that's in you. You can't activate that because you feel like you are in a different place. Everybody's path is different, so you have to be in tune with who you are and your own path. You get what I'm saying? So that's what this is about. And you know, the things we're about to get into, cover and today are going to be very important on the point of where we are and where we're going. So the way spirituality works is we are spirits in this body, occupying this body, but we're not trapped in this body. You know what I'm saying? We're occupying it from actually a part of us. This is like a part of us that isn't. We're basically animating this body. You get what I'm saying? So we're experiencing this. We're not actually here, but we are experiencing it. And how you know that is just when you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? When you go to sleep, you leave your body. You know what I'm saying? People get their arms cut off in dreams. I mean, people get their arms cut off, and in their dreams, their arm is still working. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily a thing of you are the body. You are more than the body, period. You know what I'm saying? So regardless. Now, when we talk about how you can spiritually evolve yourself is just through what you resonate with and what comes to you as an idea or as an imagination. And it's all about being able to accept and go forth with those transmissions you get. Now, the pineal gland, which is your third eye, they like to call it, you know what I'm saying, that's your transmitter. It transmits certain light frequencies or whatever, or light or beams of light, you know what I'm saying, and now your ability to interpret them is to connect your heart and your head, and that's turning it into wisdom. You get what I'm saying? So you got to actually look for that, and that's what actually spirituality is. It's just really just being enlightened and seeing and knowing what the fuck you doing outside of the realm of everyday reality. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are stuck with reality and then what they call the matrix, or what they call, you know what I'm saying, some people call this hell, you know what I'm saying, whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are kind of just stuck in the matrix, and even on the matrix, the very end, the last movie, Agent Smith, he had merged with Neo, so he had put his hand in Neo and he had finally merged with him, but Neo blew his ass up and ascended, basically. So that's what's happening with us. You know, we get a lot of influences and Obviously, Agent Smith was the fluid. That's why he was able to transform or influence other people. You know what I'm saying? And we get that all the fucking time. It's agents coming through every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to be aware of that and to know, okay, these thoughts and emotions aren't mine, but what do I really think is real spirituality and not what, it's not what people make it out to be, or people are afraid to. Now the shit with the thing with the crystals and the dream interpretations and the card readings and astrology, these are jump starts that can lead to deeper meditations on your spirituality, or to deepen your thought process about it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, other than that, that's not spirituality. Now, a perfect example on mind control and how to break mind control is just realizing what's programmed in your subconscious mind. And agents come through everything. Like I said, Agent Smith was like turning into people and shit, but you gotta understand that the real Agent Smith can manifest through people, places, and things. He's influence in general, basically. You know what I'm saying? He represented Yaldabaoth from the Gnostic text. You know what I'm saying? Who was the son of Sophia, and that was the oracle. And look up the story of Yaldabaoth in the Gnostic text, and his mother Sophia, and how he was a bastard son and she even called him a bastard. He was the bastard son of the creation that was not the original creation. Instead, he was his own creation, and he created this, and he fed off fear and anxiety or whatever. So that's how they eat, whatever. So Agent Smith comes to fucking everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He can even come through yourself if you're not aware. You know what I'm saying? And you would be thinking that shit and you be like, damn, that's, you know what I'm saying? Why the fuck I think that? Or why did I feel that? Or whatever. And those are not really you. So to strengthen your shit, I feel like you should really watch The Matrix, because that's really a very close representation of what this shit really is. Or whatever. But like, once you realize that it's not you, you can let it influence you, and do your own, have your own way of interpreting it and pushing that thought back out to the universe, and letting yourself just allow yourself to experience what it is and not be afraid and be scared of anything. You know what I'm saying? So one that I know a bunch of motherfuckers is influenced by is everybody want to get money. Everybody want to get money. Everybody want to be a millionaire. Everybody want to be a millionaire. Who wants to be a millionaire? Now, that was a rhetorical question, but that show was one of the longest lasting shows in general. Who wants to be a millionaire? You didn't even have to ask that. You was down. And you was down to go in there, and if you was down to participate, I'm sure everybody watched that show at some point, you know what I'm saying, because everybody wanted to be that. But you have to understand, around that show, you've been programmed with what someone else's idea of a millionaire is. Now, the only abundance definition that I heard that was accurate to mine is what Bashar has said. He said the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. And so that's similar to mine. Mine is, as far as money wise, having enough money to do what I want to do when I want to do it, instead of making it about the actual light that you see or the imagination that comes to your mind when you say you want to be a millionaire. So when you say you want to be a millionaire, so if I say, what's stopping me from being a millionaire right now? Then I would have to say I don't have the nice car I want. I would say I don't have the nice, I don't have all my bills paid, I'm in debt. So that should attack you. That's going to attack yourself, and your subconscious is going to be like, you ain't a millionaire, so I'm not even going to give you that shit. So, you're not a millionaire, so I'm not even going to give you that shit right now. See, because you made agreements to what a millionaire actually is. You get what I'm saying? So you have to strip down these programs, and first accept that you've been programmed, then strip away the nonsense, and be sensitive. You have to be sensitive to what you're receiving, and that comes natural through meditations, through movies, through just peeping behind the scenes and really accessing energy, your more so feminine energy, which is your intuition, your feelings and your emotions and how you feel about it. Like, why did I feel that? Because that's where everything derives from. The yin realm, your yin is your feminine realm, your yang is your masculine realm. So you want to understand why you feel and why you have certain, because your feeling always gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Your feeling is your subconscious realm. Your feeling, if you say I'm gonna be a millionaire in the next minute, and if you don't feel that shit wholeheartedly, then that shit not gonna happen. But if you understand your own definition, if you create your own definition of what a millionaire is, say fuck the word millionaire, create your own word for the millionaire. Shit, say I'm gonna be a capzer or some shit like that, and create your own whole fucking definition. You know what I'm saying? That's what really this shit is. It's about really stepping into your own power and stop leaning on other motherfuckers' understanding. You gotta get your own understanding of what you really are, and you have to understand that I am powerful. I create my own reality. Now, if you don't want to do that, then this video not for you. But if you are interested in that, then this Huesito world, we deal with the concepts, we deal with the emotion behind the concepts, and we break them down. You get what I'm saying? So keep it all the way 100. You know what I'm saying? Keep it more than 100. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with this shit, you know what I'm saying? So also want to say, ashe to my cousin Lucas, who made the transition. Like I want to say a week ago or something like that. Now, we have to understand about death. What I understand about death is that when you die, it's not necessarily like it's not necessarily that, I don't even know, I'm not even going to explain it like that, but when you die, you're not dead, basically. Get a book called We Do Not Die by We Do Not Die, hold on. Let me find an author. Yeah, by Hilton Hotima. So get a book called We Do Not Die by Professor Hilton, like Hilton the hotel, Hotima. So that's Hotema. And it's a good source to read into. But we do not die at all. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like when Nipsey Hussle died, his influence just got stronger. So we don't necessarily exist as bodies. We more so exist as fluid, as influence. Now, and you know that. That's why you can remember somebody. That's why time is so fluid. That's why you can remember how somebody made you feel, because that's who we are. We are the yin realm. We are the feeling realm. You get what I'm saying? So, and what his death made me notice is that actually, you know what I'm saying, that we're constantly leaving our influence on people, whether we like it or not. So it's better to be in the influence you want to be, instead of trying to create. It's not necessarily trying to create, but steady thinking you're not there. And that's the thing. Our ego and our thought process hold us back from not being there. So what I noticed is that my boy Cody, you know what I'm saying, my 8th grade homie, you know, he's a spiritual cat, you know what I'm saying, he just visited me or whatever. And what I realized when we were on the phone after he left, is that actually what I realized while he was here is that it's the same thing when he's on the phone. Like we're at a point now where everybody has chosen who they wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, and everything is what it is. Now, depending on your spirituality, you can cultivate that and unpack that and really find out who you are just by asking yourself the right questions. You know what I'm saying? Doing dream works, working on your chakras, working on how to release things from your chakras, learning how to be in tune with yourself and your mind. You know what I'm saying? We can cultivate who we are, and really, and that's just really just asking yourself the right questions and finding out. And becoming enlightened, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what real spirituality is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, once, so he was here. We were chilling. We was playing the game, and you know what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, it's like he never left. That's just how I felt. Like it was just like when we linked up. You know how you get that feeling like when you with somebody or whatever. You ain't seen that yet in a long time, but when y'all link up, it's just like y'all never left or whatever. That's what that really is. But we be so like focused on the physical manifestation of those people that we don't allow ourselves to be beyond, or allow ourselves to be in a space to be beyond that realm. So when you say, oh, these people are always with me, whether dead or alive, they're with you. All you have to do is think about them. All you have to do is perceive who they are and what they are, and you'll feel them. You get what I'm saying? So regardless, I know my homie here. Now, if I wanted to physically interact with him, you know what I'm saying, I would just call, I would shoot him a text, I would, you know what I'm saying, do something like that, you know what I'm saying, but that doesn't matter. That's his influence is still here, you know what I'm saying. He got shit to do, you know what I'm saying, he got a job, you know what I'm saying, regardless, whether it's, I don't care if it's your cat, your dog, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's not here on earth, somebody that is here on earth. Understand that you are always working with the influence of people, and you'll understand. Just take this. When you were a kid, you remember certain moments in your life where certain people came into your life, like the first time you met your aunt, or the first time you didn't even look at their face, like you didn't even remember their description like that or whatever, but you remember their fluid, like how they made you feel, what was like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really about how they looked, you know what I'm saying, but you remember the fluidity of that moment. And so if you want to get more information about that, on how the world is a wave or whatever, you can watch my last video when I was talking about the influence or whatever. But regardless about that, I think this motherfucker about to stop, but anyway, to keep moving forward, so when he left, I just spoke the game to him like, man, I feel that you're really here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you ain't never left, and that opened me to more energy, you know what I'm saying? So like I was able to feel, energy that I've always wanted. You know what I'm saying? Energy that I always wanted, because regardless of the physical manifestation of that person or not, I know they're here. You know what I'm saying? I know they're here, and I know they're with me in general. And like, so, it's a great revelation to have, you know what I'm saying? Because we all have ancestors and we all need help, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the road can seem like a solo path, because it is a self journey. But you have to understand that on this journey, you're not alone, because you're God. You know what I'm saying? You're connected to everything, and everything is you. You know what I'm saying? Now, wherever you want to vibrate, that's on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people need the physical to be, and then they're programmed in their lower chakras. So some people need physical addiction shit, you know what I'm saying? And some people can release themselves from that. Some people can fly solo dolo. That's why, celebrities run in small packs, you know what I'm saying? Because they got who they got, you know what I'm saying? They don't need to be everywhere at one point. But you don't even need to be a celebrity to do that. See, even that, saying I want to be a celebrity is saying, it's putting a certain light in my head, or a light in the air, and me interpreting that is, I don't want to be no celebrity. I just want to be myself. But a lot of you scared to be yourself. So because you don't think you don't hold yourself as value. Now, you know what I'm saying, if you part of Sito world, you hold yourself at high value regardless. Now, I even just dropped a motherfucking little test picture on Instagram, and I put the flag up, and I was like, drop this the world under that if you part of Sito world. And really, it's not for anybody else but for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I have to understand that it's not about, especially with the internet, because in the internet is all algorithm based. And as far as like Facebook and Instagram, that shit is all algorithm based. So, utilizing that platform to detach myself further from it, because a lot of people fill a void with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not using it to fill a void, more so using it to experiment and to really get an understanding of what this is and where I am. Because if you hold your self-worth and you hold yourself on a high value, and you're not getting your numbers right, you're not getting 100 likes all the time, or you're not getting, the feedback or the amount of comments you want, then you start to be too relative. And the thing about the relativity is that that's more so left brain. So that's in your masculine shit, because you want shit to make sense. That's about making sense and having structure and having a shape and form and putting it into certain context or whatever. But the internet is not for that. The internet is basically it's to be sold. You know what I'm saying? It's and I'm not saying all internet, but shit like Instagram and Facebook, that shit is what TV is now. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit, marketing and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why the internet came was to kind of give us the duality between what was and what is, so we can see the in-between of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we stand in Sito, where we see the in-between of it, so we don't have to get caught in the same shit again, which is being controlled by media and popularity and shit like that. More so just being ourselves and being true to who we are. You know what I'm saying? So with Instagram, we see numbers. You know what I'm saying? We see the amount of followers you got, regardless whether you say you pay attention or not. Subconsciously, it's still what's happening. And if you're not subconsciously aware, your ass is definitely being programmed. Whether you like it or not. That's what people have to understand about the subconscious. You're being programmed whether you like it or not. It's always happening to you. Actually, it's always happening for you, unless, you know, it's happening for you for your evolution. But like I said, you have to be spiritually inclined enough to grab that idea and to hone in on it. You know what I'm saying? So these numbers are just the same thing. And you remember the computer screen and shit, when the coding and all that shit, that's the matrix. So we're constantly looking to Instagram for validation of what we feel. And if you feel like, man, I'm a dope ass person, I should be getting this, or whatever, but you're still looking to Instagram for the validation or whatever. And you know, look, I don't care how many motherfucking followers I got, how much fame I ever get, or how popular I ever get. Instagram, none of these shits, nothing worldly can ever amount to the value that I understand in my own mind, and understand in myself, and confident in myself and where I am as a spirit. Now that's why I want everybody to get, because like I said, numbers lie. So we do look at numbers and be like, damn, this is what it is. And there's a reason for the numbers, you know what I'm saying, to keep you where your ass at. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm telling you, that's not where we are spiritually anymore. So you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? That's a choice at this point if you want to be like that. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, you have to understand that whatever you are in general, and whatever you are in general, without the validation from certain platforms or anything, because they'll never be accurate. Anything dealing with numbers is just trying to answer the equation, but the equation can only be answered within. You know what I'm saying? So like this equation that we live in is just like some whole other shit that was to get answers, to get certain answers, to see, oh damn, this not me, oh damn, this not me, oh damn, this not me, oh I'm better than this, oh I'm better than this, oh I'm better than this. You know, it's just always for us to understand that we're better than what we're experiencing, so we can love ourselves and have compassion for the experience, because the experience taught us to love ourselves again, because we came from love. You know what I'm saying? That's where we from. So you know, and when we pass, you know what I'm saying, when we take whatever situation that we know and live and feel, to the next motherfucking life. And if you got some fucked up shit in your head and you still program, your ass might rebirth your ass right here again in this shit. Or you can be light enough to go elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why you gotta be light and share light. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I'm definitely interested, you know what I'm saying, in seeing who Sito World is. That's why I posted the post. But is it gonna make or break me? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. I know who I am, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we just use that for relativity, but that's a bad representation of relativity. The representation of relativity is the physical and your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? What actually happens to you and what actually, you know, you can do with your surroundings. So, you know, it's the best. So I know I have a lot of love regardless of that. I know I have a lot of appreciation regardless of that. I know I have a lot of, I know I have a lot of help. You know, I know the ancestors and the gods is looking over me and they rooting for me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the state of being I am. Like I said, I don't need a physical manifestation of a shell to confirm that. Like I said, my boy Cody was here, and it's just like it was like he never left. And so that enlightened me. And like I said, I shared with my cousin Lucas, his name interprets into bringer of light. So it's just about being spiritual, being aware, and being able to interpret, you know what I'm saying, and get down to business. Because at this point, like I said, whoever you are at this point. The decisions you made and all that, that's who you are. So it's just, let me not say that. The decisions you made aren't who you are, but the decisions you made are helping you to, are going to be aids to figure out who you are right now. So, you utilize this time. Email me at RaisRadiance with any questions. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Whatever you do, it's always love, you feel me? And, you know what I'm saying, happy summer. It's the beginning of summer. I've been just dropping music lately and just having fun. So I think everyone should just keep having fun as well and not be take it so serious, but be serious about yourself more so. Not take the world serious, but be serious about yourself. So, you know, Besito world. Peace. I love y'all. I'm out, man.